So in this video, we'll be covering shopping. We've moved out of AEO Insights and we're going to be moving into shopping. And we'll start by opening on the tab, which is Brands and Merchants. And the Brands and Merchants tab is effectively an overview tab where you can get an understanding of your brand within e-commerce results, within shopping results, how many times your products are surfaced, listed, ranked effectively in LLM responses. So without further ado, we can just jump into it. Over here, we have our product share of voice, effectively understanding your brand's share of product mentions when AI platforms speak about your brand, and it measures how often your products appear versus competitors in different types of shopping features within LLMs, whether they're product carousels, lists, effectively whatever the case may be. You can toggle this view over here with a nice chart view. Moving back to the pie chart view, you can actually click on these to open up an individual segment. So we're looking at the brand segment now with a share of voice of 18.6%, rank of number 1 against 41 competitors. You can look at the share of voice over here, where you rank on a chart view. And, once again, we can see we have Nike, share of voice, change at 1.6, and the share of the occupation the share of the segment that they occupy, should I say rather, is 18.6%. So once again, incredibly useful information here on the slide out screen, and once again illustrating that each of these elements has a way to target down. Okay. If you look at your top competitors, these are the brands dominating the product carousels, once again in the tooltip. So these are the brands that are extracted from the first word of the product titles in the carousels. There's more information there. Nike basically has the highest share, Adidas is second at 12.4, so Nike almost double that of theirs, of almost double, maybe just slightly less than double, with 79 products taken and found within these results. Once again, a very granular number there to understand. You can also, once again, okay, so I've highlighted that over there, but you can also, once again, let's say, click on the individual segments. You can see the shopping visibility by basically coming over here over the days. Tracks how often AI responses include carousels and shopping tiles. Very important. I did speak about this in an earlier video where we spoke of word transformations and the query fan out. Effectively, what are the modifiers that will trigger different features within an LLM UI or UX response? And these will be huge moving forward as LLMs will grow in their maturity, their usage, and effectively in their UX as well. So understanding exactly how often carousels and shopping tiles are triggered based on the words that are used in the prompt and the query fan outs and the grounding that's done. You can go into a graph view over here, which is obviously incredibly important if you want to change the data and add your competitors in an easier to see way. And you also have vendor share over here, which is not only looking at the brands and how often the brands are mentioned within, the responses, but this is the actual vendors, which once again, I just cannot begin to emphasize how important this data is for larger business decisions. Okay, Nike, we sell D2C. We know that we have this share of voice. We know that these are our competitors, but what if we cannot push through that or break through that barrier? Who would we need to go to in order to start seeing more sales, more revenue? How would we do this against individual topics? So say, for instance, if we wanted to go into running shoes or cross-training shoes or skateboarding shoes, fine. So we can go into those individual areas or any individual area that you're interested in for argument's sake, and then see the vendors that are effectively being cited there. If you can't directly close on that opportunity using D2C, next opportunity is to form a partnership by going to a vendor and initiating a commercial partnership so that you can then occupy more market share. So once again, the use cases of this data is incredibly valuable, data that you will not find in any other channel other than the AEO or AI search channel, because we can literally, there are just troves and troves of data that we can aggregate upwards into smarter commercial decisions. So for e-commerce, this is a massive win. This will help you understand your product share of voice. It'll understand who your competitors are. It'll show you who your top competitors are on a brand level. You can look at your details to understand effectively your share of voice and more granular information. You can understand exactly how often different shopping visibility or product carousels or shopping features or e-commerce features are being surfaced within the actual LLM conversations. And most importantly, outside of the conversation of what can my brand do better, you will understand what vendors you can effectively go to form partnerships with to effectively add that as business intelligence to your offering so that you can capture more market share.